Perfect. Another perfect day, another perfect moment. That's what staying grounded and being in the flow is all about. How do you maintain that balance point is what we'll be discussing here in episode 14 of Phoenix Rising Live. And thank you for joining me once again as we embark upon another energetic journey here, allowing our mind, our heart to expand to greater heights and maintaining that balance point, maintaining your groundedness in Gaia, Mother Earth. It's a part of you just as much as you are a part of it. And staying present to your physical reality, however you may express that self for yourself. And it's different for everyone. And what one person's form of groundedness may be, the idea of being down to earth, may be completely different for someone else. So how do you remain in that space? You take action. You take action on the things that excite you in the physical realm. It's really that simple. And sure, there's different permission slips that allow people to experience that in different ways. However they may go about it is perfect for them. But you know that if you're taking inspired action every moment of the day, and when I say taking inspired action, I don't mean running around like a crazy person. Sometimes an action is breathing deeply, or meditating, or communicating. In fact, most of your action these days on Zoom, on social media, is done through some form of communication rather than any physical action when you're talking about business and growing your network, that is. But you may be prompted to take other forms of physical action for exercise, health, etc. And so just paying attention to that flow allows you to automatically stay grounded. There's nothing to protect yourself from. Other people's energy is not affecting you. If it's influencing you, it's because you're allowing it to. Because everything in your life, every experience is coming from you. And the moment you recognize that as a fact, what you put out is what you get back, then you can maintain that flow easier. And know when you're really feeling in the flow versus when you're feeling out of the flow, which, remember, in order to feel out of the flow, it must mean that you have total control over the circumstance that you're in because you're choosing to feel out of the flow. That's your choice. And sometimes you feel like, well, it's the circumstances. Well, no, it's your choice. How are you responding to the circumstances? Or this person did that. Well, how are you choosing to respond to that person? And, some people feel as though they can't help their response, but that's not true. It's just a condition. And all conditions can be reversed. So you want to take an audit. What are the conditions that I have in my life that are no longer serving my growth? And simultaneously having an acknowledgement and appreciation for you having created them, because obviously they were supporting you at one point in your life in some way, whether it was a healthy form of support or not, a holistic form of support or not. You obviously believed that you needed that thing. But now you have the opportunity to really observe, what have you created? What circumstances in your life are going on right now that may no longer be serving you? What beliefs may you be hanging on to that are no longer complementing your growth? What judgments may you be abiding by that are not worthy of your attention any longer? So you're just taking an audit. This is how you ground yourself. You pay attention. What am I experiencing in this moment? How do I come back to the present? I communicate with the present. I communicate from the place of the present moment to project myself into the future that I prefer. Of course, it has to be the future that's most relevant for you. And sometimes that aligns with the future you want, sometimes not. But it's always exactly what you need in order to grow to the next level. And allowing yourself to pay attention to that. Respecting it. Respecting the signs of synchronicity that continuously show up. And perhaps they are guiding you in a different direction than what you consciously were intending. But that's okay. Because your guidance system is greater than your conscious mind. Now, of course, life is magical when your conscious mind gets into alignment with this natural flow of the higher self. And when you can surrender into yourself, then things flow much more naturally. So just consider, what can I do to ground myself, take action on my excitement in this moment? What am I excited to do? What do I have a natural enthusiasm for doing? And being honest with yourself about that. Are there options that you could be taking action on that you're not because you feel inhibited in some way? And are you taking actions that are not really serving you? At least not serving you in the best way that you could be serving yourself if you were taking other actions? And you're just observing. You're not judging. You're not beating yourself up. That doesn't help. Just relax into it. Relax into knowing what you need to know when you need to know it. Allow it to be present. Allow your mind to be calm and confident about what you are doing. And from there, take the step. Even if you have fear about it, even if you have stage fright, even if you're doing something new and it's unknown, and of course there's an accommodation to that energy, a learning process. That's normal. But can you allow yourself to be calm and relaxed as you're learning something new? And that is how you remain in the flow. Staying grounded and being in the flow are synonymous, because being grounded here on the earth and being in touch with that spiritual reality simultaneously really is holistic. It's not one or the other. It's both. It's everything. It's integration. The whole purpose of this life experience as a human being is to integrate all the aspects of life that are relevant for you to be experiencing, and to recognize the ones that may no longer be relevant for you, and not to feel guilty or attached to them in any way. You don't need them. If they're not serving you, you don't need them. And when you come to that recognition and that realization, then you move on. And when it becomes senseless to hang on to a belief that is not empowering you, then you simply let it go. If everything is perfect, then you really don't need to change a thing. You just observe life and allow it to shift and change and evolve as it needs to. So I'll leave you with that. Another short one. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being my guest for this short period of time. Join me on Sunday for the Phoenix Rising Masterclass at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.